90,000 kilometers, 2005. Bolts have been moved before. That's still the original Volkswagen belt, so we're going to go ahead and change it. Dun dun dun. Ain't so bad. Everybody, what size is this one? That's right. And we drain the coolant here. Got a catch can underneath. What's next? Yes, you're right. Hose pick tool. Gotta be nice and careful. See, if I removed the bottle, I wouldn't be able to disconnect the cap right now. Okay, that's everything from the top. It's time to lift the car. While it's on the hoist, check the suspension. See, it's not just a timing belt job that they get. We check components, other components as well. What size is this one, Grasshopper? Yes. How many of these? Yes, I teach you well. turn it to top dead center. At top dead center, you've got 2 bolt holes that are going to be lined up like this. The engine's a little bit crooked, so that's why it doesn't quite look like 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, but my expression is always 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Okay, cam timing is not right. It's, where is it? It's right here. So we're out 180. Let it turn a bit more. Okay, there's the TDC mark for the camshaft. I had this little dimple on the wrong side earlier. It should be on this side. On the earlier models, it's on this side. I always get confused. But again, you got the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. This one's slightly off right now. Something like that. You want to make sure the crank seal is not leaking, which this one isn't. If it is leaking, you want to crack that bolt loose now while the timing belt is in place, because if you happen to spin the crank while trying to loosen the bolt, you could have valve contact if the belt is off. So the only time you want to break this loose is with the belt in place. Also check the cam seal and replace it if it needs it. Camshaft position sensor, in order to replace it, you have to remove the cam sprocket. It can be done with the timing belt in place, but you obviously have to move the sprocket with the belt. So it can be done after the timing belt job. Some shops prefer to do the camshaft position sensor at the same time. On a standard transmission, to see the flywheel top dead center mark, you have to remove the dust cap. I use a mirror to see the mark. And I turn the engine by hand with a wrench to line it up right about there. Now you can loosen the timing belt tensioner. Now you have slack in the belt. You can remove it off of the water pump. Off of the crank. If the crank moves a little bit, don't worry about it. You can readjust the position later. This upper bolt is a little bit of a pain to get at. You need a special size socket or a combination of socket and ratchet, because it's somewhat hidden. Once they're loose, you can turn them by hand. I use a 16 mil with the thumb wheel. Wiggle the bracket to take the load off of the bolt, and then you can spin the bolt. Then you just walk the bracket out, tilt it, remove the belt, tensioner nut, washer and tensioner. You want to check your timing belt kit to see if it came with a tensioner stud. Yep. Sorry, got interrupted. So, new water pump, metal impeller. I always take the sticker off in case it flies off while the engine's running. I don't know if it's going to cause any issues, probably not. So you want to make sure that a kit, or you want to check if the kit comes with a timing belt tensioner stud. This one doesn't. They're not that critical to replace, but if it comes with a kit, replace it. Before you can remove the water pump, you have to remove this little metal tin piece. It's mounted to the water pump via the lower bolt. Now you can pop the pump out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just put a screwdriver in behind it and twist the screwdriver. Alright, that's sticking pretty good. Look at that. 10 years old. Fish out the remaining broken pieces if you can find them. Sometimes they just get chewed up and float along inside the block. I can't feel it anywhere. Clean the mounting surfaces, clean everything else off. I wash it off with water and brake clean. And you put everything back together in reverse of removal.